We are at 9Q, so we're just now getting into single-digit Q stuff. So we'll see how we're doing. So open corners, open sides. Okay. Joseki's. This is not the open side. I would expect something like here or 3-3. So technically this one I think is a little bit of a slack. Exception to the rule that I just told you guys. Don't throw it in if there's not a stone right here. There has to be a stone right here to throw in for the Aji. If you just throw in like this, maybe and they get a space. That's not Aji, that's a weak group. So just throwing that out there. I just realized that you need that stone. That's important. That's very strange. Okay, so actually, I want to show this first because normally to play on the bottom, to fall up to the bottom, if we have a strong shape here, we can just attach. This is a common Joseki on the bottom. So I would learn that. Now that we're single-digit Q, I think it's time to learn the attachments to the Shamari. There's also these attachments, which are very nice. I forget exactly. Hold on. Sorry, I forgot the old pattern. Anyway, this is the new pattern that's common. So I would study the attachments. It's pretty useful. So this one I think is a little bit of a slack move, but not bad. It's still profitable. It's just a little bit slack. This is okay. Usually I don't prefer low like this. It's not my style, so I'd probably prefer something like this. Just build. I don't know. This is not what I would prefer, but technically it's okay at 9Q. This is way too early. At this point, if I was black, I would be very happy. Because we need to know the 3-3 invasions. So if we invade to a star point, it's alive. If we invade to a knight's move, it's a ko. So getting a ko here. Okay, it looks like white doesn't know it's ko. Getting a ko here would be very good for black. Because here, white has to make a ko threat. First off, there's almost no ko threat. But let's assume that white has a ko threat. I am very happy to just take 2 moves in a row. You do that, and maybe that. Or, heck, just make you crawl or something. I'm very happy to get a large moyo or get 2 moves in a row. So, I'm not that upset about a ko. Yeah. That's assuming you have a ko threat as well. Ko threat in the opening is very difficult. I think you can just do that. Technically, that is a... Is that a living shape? I think that's a living shape. Hold on. Life and death. Fudge. Why am I forgetting? 2 is not supposed to work. Why am I missing this? Oh... I forget. But even if white lives, this is really good for black. Yeah, this is really good for black. But okay, let's see what you came up with. We need to surround. What are the time settings? 30 minutes? Okay. We need to be reading this life and death. This Hane right here never helps the eyes. It never helps the eyes. Because that's always a false eye. And as long as I go here, you have to play here to get that eye. So this never helps the eye space. So I would be looking at either... So the rule of thumb for life and death basics is step 1, try to expand your eye space. Okay, and see how that looks. And then black will try to reduce the eye space. And then we block, like maybe here or something, and then we check the life and death. We check life and death, and then maybe we're alive, maybe we're not. Check here, maybe we're alive, maybe we're not. And they're like, okay, if we're alive, then maybe just play the vital point first. Maybe that's different. That might just work out, actually. I don't know. I'm not trying to read all this. This one is just easier to read, so this is the one I usually play. Here, it's there, so you can see it's very easy 2 eyes. So if you just look at this, the habit of this is a habit thing. Look at the life and death before you play your move. You need to read this. If you are wrong, you die. You need to build the habit of never dying accidentally. It's not really a thing you can do at the higher levels, but at the lower levels, you can always make life very easily and still be pretty close in the game. So here, I would absolutely be reading my life and death, and this is where you need to solve life and death problems. If you don't know how to solve life and death problems, then this is going to be really difficult. So if we're doing go problems every day, this should be easy to find. Here, I think this one works as well. Yeah, it should be very easy to live here, but this one never lives. I wouldn't do that. Probably just take the eye, and then force him to crawl. This is impossible for white. This is impossible for white. How far do you have to crawl here? So maybe just to here. No, because I could throw in at any time. Oh my gosh, this is impossible for white. So yeah, this is a little bit of a mistake by black, because technically they can't make eyes on the first and second line. Okay. So white made life. This is kind of fine, but it's very invadable. It's very invadable. So shoulder hits are more common, or attachments. I would learn shoulder hits and attachments. We're a single digit Q, so I think we can handle them now. But okay. White, you're crazy. You invade too much. So we have the 3/3 wait to a knight's move, and then we're playing here. So I think probably what white struggles with is you're invading too much, but maybe your life and death struggles to follow it up. But at the same time, maybe some of your opponents don't know how to kill you. So I would say a lot of your losses are likely to be resignations because of dead groups. So if we wanted to play on the right, so let's say black has the largest framework. There's a couple things we can think about. Number one, just reduce. Caps, shoulder hits. Caps, shoulder hits. Those are very easy reductions. Number two, approach a 4th line stone or a 3/3. We don't have that on this board. Number three, this is at single digit Q. We look for any agi, so like cutting points or forcing moves, or anything that we can unsettle something. So these are the squares are the moves that we learn that I teach at double digit Q, and the triangles and squares are what I teach at single digit Q, and this gives us a lot of options with pretty simple follow-ups. So if I was to play in the right, these are one of the moves that I would look for first. So this one doesn't peep any agi. Yeah, sure. Hopefully you enjoyed. So yeah, doesn't peep any agi, and doesn't really have a way to make a base. So it's a little dangerous for you. Not impossible. It's not impossible by any means, but it's not the most ideal move. So here I would just take the base and then chase you, and then just make a Mayo. This is a bit of a slack move. You need to be able to attack your opponent. I would say white is too invadey and not enough defense knowledge, and black is not enough offense knowledge. We are not attacking and we're not killing. So the top right should have died somehow, and then this one should definitely be attacked right now. It's black's Mayo. Black has thickness. White doesn't have a base. Black's strong right here. Black has no issues. There's no reason we should not be attacking this. It's very profitable to attack. So yeah, I think this is a slack move, and probably white might have an advantage if white's playing very speedy with invasions and stuff, and black's never attacking. Then white will have a little bit of advantage. But if black starts attacking and white's playing these strange invasions, then black will have an advantage. Probably just cut and table. It's an okay shape, but okay. This one has 2 cutting points though. So instead of 1 cutting point, we have 2 cutting points. So even though we tried to make better shape, we actually, I think, made it a little bit worse. But it's okay. Still possible. Probably here. This one is okay for this side. It's very strong. But this one also, one, attacks the white stone a little bit. So you can see that you're still okay, but it pressures white a little bit. And by pressuring white, you help the other side. Because the weaker white is, the stronger you are. But okay, still possible. Yep. Good reading here. Yep, so white was a little bit... Actually, white was a little bit off the mark with the attack. So maybe here, Nobi is probably the proper way to follow that up. But I think this is also not good timing because you just invaded, and these 3 stones have no relationship with this stone. So even if the follow-ups were good, I would say it's probably bad timing because now you have 2 weak groups in Black's area. So this is too dangerous. So probably I would just start living and then activate that later. Maybe even run away like that or something. So I think Black got the advantage here because Black attacked. Cap. It's exciting. But maybe you're worried about your cutting points, so that's reasonable. I like this. This peep is not necessarily Sente. It looks like White, you are good at aggressive defense. Where you're defending yourself by using Black's Aji. But you have to be very good at the reading, because you need to make sure that you don't get cut in addition to that. This feels very greedy. Let's see. If I just connect, what do you do? You don't ladder, because it doesn't work. So what do? You can't net, because it just walk out. So I think you're actually in a lot of trouble if you do this. Or White's in a lot of trouble if you do this. So I think this is a bad cut. This is where I think White has very good fighting spirit, but needs to level up the reading. So I think go problems. Black also needs to go problems, because when your opponent overplays like this, you need to be able to punish. If you die here, it's because you're playing some slack moves sometimes. Okay, so you didn't die, but you got very close. And now White got off really easy here. So I would say the big key here is Black has to improve attacking, and White needs to not be so suicidal, I think. 1 weak grip at a time. If you can, like, that's what you want to try to do, is 1 weak group at a time, and then survive using Black's Aji, which I think you're already good at. If you can improve the reading, yeah, we're trying to survive again. We're like, it looks like we're always playing defense. I think this is the theme probably for your games, is you're always playing defense using the Aji. So that's powerful defense, but you shouldn't have to defend all the time. And I think that's probably due to your own invasions that you start with. I think if you face players that know how to punish you properly, I think you will struggle quite a while and you'll get stuck. So we're going to have to work on that. I think you'll have to work on it at some point. But I do think Black is not punishing White properly. So I think that's why White is doing so well in this game. Well, here first. Then here, here. Yeah. It's just a little bit better shape, maybe. Maybe a good shape, but maybe I'm just reading too much into it. You could also go here, 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 technically, because that's a self-Atari. But maybe if this is Sente, then it's not good. But is it Sente? Because you've cut everything. So yeah, like the aggressive defense. But okay, this is reasonable, I guess. I would probably Atari. Because we're cutting. If we cut White, then we're stronger, because White can't attack us with a weak group. So the reason I'm looking at here is because if we think about this way, right? And White tries to go for the attack again. Well, now, first off, there's a double Atari. And if White connects to not get cut, now we can cut and Sente and attack. And by use aggressive defense for defense. So maybe it's a little too complicated. I'm not sure if this is too complicated or not. Hopefully this idea makes sense. But if not, then just run away. If you don't understand that, just run away. Just play defense. But it looks like you kind of have an inkling of that idea. And White's sneaking again. So yeah, White, like, if there is no way to defend yourself using Black's Aji, or using your opponent's Aji, it doesn't mean you don't defend. That's too greedy. Sometimes you will have to play Gote defense. And in this case, this isn't that bad, because this group is still weak. So you should be able to survive at a decently efficient pace. It won't be like super easy, but like if we just Tanuki, then we lose the entire position. Now Black's not weak, and A and B are now weak again. So if I just go like, I don't know, just right here. I'm alive. You can't cut me because that's a Self-Atari. And you get what? Some points, but I should be able to make up for that by attacking. Like here, or maybe here, and get the center, or I can invade. I can do whatever I want now. I can do whatever I want now because I'm strong. So yeah, neglecting defense is too much. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, when that happens, that's never fun. Maybe playing too fast. Yeah, it looks like we're not reading our cutting points. So definitely more go problems. I know this is not nearly as bad as it looks because this is other stuff. It's not like you don't know Ataris. It's frustrating to see that sometimes in our games, but it's just it's not the fact that you're missing Ataris. That's not what it is. I think it's bad habits. It could be playing too fast. It could be we're not checking our cutting points before we leave. It could be lack of go problems. So I think this is just stemming from other factors. So yeah, hurts when that happens. So we can just Tanuki now. Yeah, we can go attack. So okay, so now black has the advantage. So we only have like 2 minutes left, so I'm gonna see if there's anything else super interesting. This is the
question there for you, Mr. Colossi Man.
Yeah.
So since they're doing breakout rooms today, I'm assuming there's like an automatic recording thing going on.
No, I'm having to record this myself.
Oh, really? Okay. Are you using like OBS for that or something?
Yeah,
or
I'm using OBS, and then I'll email it to the MGA email.
I see.
But that was upon request, so I don't know if you have to or not, or what.
Well, I'm assuming so because he's not like here, and the other breakout rooms are dead. So I'm assuming that's what I'm gonna have to do too.
Okay. Yeah. I think they asked us to record when they weren't present, in the last meeting, but I specifically was requested to record because I'll be in breakout room 2 and they won't be in there. So probably they just didn't specifically ask you. Yeah, I'm just recording it. I just have like a window capture and a webcam, and I'll let them do all the cropping.
Yeah, I'm just gonna capture my screen.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Question for you though: do you actually know the life and death of that? What am I doing wrong? I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be wrong. Maybe it's here.
I mean, it's dead. How are you not killing it?
It was this.
You were better off with the first move. With the jump?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That maybe I did.
Yeah, because you can, yeah.
But I was thinking about, I'm mixing this up with one.
I mean,
with the
that's a possibility with S19, but it might go into like a Co kind of dealio.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of is the Co. I knew there was something, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But I also know by definition
fine.
This is a Co, or if they misplay it, it should die. And I couldn't remember what it was, and I wanted to make sure that we got that information for them.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hopefully they found that helpful, and I'm going to go ahead and end my recording here.